I think we're going like this. You might miss the optimisticness of this if you're not primal state of being. I'm in my primal state. I think I got a lot of things I like to say right here. The 2nd of October, 2025. Metronome Madness episode 29. Going off the top, not gonna stop till I hit the record button on the rewind, trying to find the beginning of time to do it again. I'm moving it when we're gonna go a little bit heavy on the beatbox. We stop for not a single thing in our path, so I'ma hit it back. You know, got a lot of things though in my life, that I'm trying to be a little bit better at. Yeah, like pulling a rabbit out of a hat that I don't even have. Trying to take some things off of me, stop and see if I can open up a little bit and blossom like a flower. Open up, bud. Get it? Stop hiding all your life and trying to claim you can be something that you're not when you're not the thing that you are trying so hard to be. Yeah, I'm solving things, solving puzzles by saying it's so puzzling we're trying to solve them. Just let the pieces be. I got some things that we need. The truth. I got it for the youth and you too. Out there on the YouTube. Shout out to the website. I like a lot of things in my life. After some time goes by, the very things I was shouting about end up being the very things that help me out. Out of the hole I was in, I dug myself in. Snowed in like a pig pen. It's just like Big Ben. Big old tower shouting out at some things, you know, ringing like ding dong. Y'all in the wrong kind of place here. I'm on a different kind of sphere. Outer space, I've been in this atmosphere. Atmospheric pressure, I've been feeling some things. Are we on beat or what? Y'all gonna take a different kind of tempo from me. I've been letting some things leak. Open up a bit. You only got so much helium inside that mind you got. You're getting so hot-headed, you're flying up in the sky, you gotta pop. Drinking a little bit of soda, got you feeling down. See what I'm saying? Dropping back down to ground level. Getting grounded again and wondering why you can't find out if everything is level. Oh, rhyming the same word with the same word, it's absurd. You must be like a bird, like a big bird. I'm like the big word. Bird is the word is the word of God. I'm not on a different kind of place as you, but I'm on a different kind of place. So dude, place me, Matt, in the place you'd like to be. See if you and I can eat. I can eat. Sounds like a name, I think. You and I can eat together. Come in and dine with me. The weather's outside, so come inside and not hide, but like find a warm place to be part of the family, the tree that just seems to peak. Oh, and then we choke because we think it's such a joke. We're just a family. Can't we see that everybody else can be like you and me, the brother and the sister too? You missed it, dude. The point. I've been pointing to things in this joint. I've been pointing all around the place, and it's getting a little sharp in here. A little hard to hear. Sharpen up your hearing. See if you can understand why I'm standing here in this field and wondering if I'm gonna just fall on the ground and get seared from the sun, all burnt up and crusty like I'm an old person. You must be looking for something new in life, trying to find something better than this. The weather you missed is the weather you just got. You didn't focus on it while it was here, waiting for the next one, switching into a higher gear when you're not there yet, short shifting. Y'all just in this kind of place. You think it should be different and it's not. Gets you a little bit stuck inside your mind. And you can't untie it, or so you thought. Get out of burn and rope some things. Get out of rope and burn some things. I'm just like a bird, I might just sing a little bit of songs. A few songs here, off key and off tempo. I've been on a different kind of place where I learned how to let go. All the expectations are taking me to a different place I don't want to be, so I just said drop them. Talk about a rabbit in a hat. I talk about dropping some things in a hat and not pulling them back out. A lot of people trying to scream and shout. I've been screaming out to help you now. At least I hope. Hoping for things just leaves us with empty dreams. Falling down onto our knees is where we can find the things we actually need, which is some faith. Y'all don't gotta wait to have some faith, but it takes some faith to have to wait for some things. Sometimes it seems like it takes a long time for these things to fall in our lap. When it's winter time, 3 seasons away. It's like a hat trick. What did I say? Now we're pulling it back out. Some metaphors I got. Pulling my back out when my body starts to drop. Not really. I'm not the ceiling, but not quite on the floor either. I'm kind of in a place in between. I think that we need to see some things as they are. It's getting pretty hard when you hit the rock on the bottom. But that's the way you're gonna solve them, all the problems you got, son. You're looking up at the sun, it always rises again the third day, and then we can look to it and try to get a little bit back on this straight and narrow path again. Like a pathogen, you're all getting contaminants. You need a can of mints. Freshen some things up, a new perspective. You let it hit you like a fan again. I'm not a fan of this. Going around and around it, beating around a bush. I'm in a roundabout, one eternal round, and now I'm just gonna fight them down. Talk about it. See what I'm saying? I don't mean to be shouting, but with this game that I'm playing, often there's a lot of noise around, and what I'm trying to say will get drowned on out if I don't speak it loud. I'm just talking about some things. I'm sorry that it seems like I'm the one that's mad about these poetries that I've been motioning us to try to usher you to a different kind of life, dude. Get in the aisle, you are blocking the way. Let some things flow on through. You're going, dude, but not very far, it seems. I don't care. Because the second I leave is the second I find out that I need to come back to things, and it's up to me. Get in my head about something, start running, go around a block or two and stop it before it starts if we can. Because it starts with the man. Looking in the mirror like my name is Jackson. It might be my goal, if my name is Michael, to walk on the moon, to just oppose the things the other people are doing walking on this earth. I'm out of it, out of this world. They say I'm out of my mind, I'm out of time, just about at least. So I'm gonna just let some things leak. Call it a movement, I'm gonna call it whatever I want. But if I don't dial the right number, then no one will pick up. So it doesn't matter, all these charts I could shatter. I'm just shattering some charts out here. In fact, what I'm saying is I'll throw a ball at the chart to follow it down onto the ground again and sit down with it. Cross-legged like I'm Indian style. Oh, he's saying some things that are a little bit not okay to say nowadays. What, a Native American? I'm a Native American. I was born on this continent, in this country, kid. Just not at the same time as him. What's up with this? It's just the life we live. Got a lot of misconceptions and misconstrued over the things we're doing, not seeing things as they are. Get hit by a car, trying to buy things with your cards. Just a plastic piece of things you don't need. A lot of money, getting hungry for it. Y'all getting sorted. Not like a paper, but like the trail of things you left across the street when your garbage can blew over. Sober-minded till the wind comes, and now you're trying to run from all the things you did wrong. You don't want to go pick up all the things you left behind, and you're the one feeling behind. When the kid who lied is actually the one in a better place than you because he owned up to the things he'd have to do by owning up to the things that he had. And dude, that's not so easy. But all of you are like the leaves in the breezy kind of autumn time, just blowing all around and trying to find out why you can't get back to the truth because you left it in the past with your youth. Trying to be older than you are and run faster than you've got some strength. You don't got no strength. No wonder you feel like you're the one sinking in this tank. It's a shark tank out here. It's a shark tank. Now the gear you want to be back in is, well, backing up. You've had enough of all these teeth. A lot of people trying to bite at you. Trying to tell you that it's up to you to do the things that you don't know how to do. They're getting after you for it too. Is that crazy or what? Expectations reaching higher than the ceilings, so we make our buildings taller. I'm a baller, right? In other words, I got the life. So it seems like to everybody else in mine, until I fall on my knees again. But I don't let them see it then. If they were to, they just start searching, dude, for someone else to follow. Find out that I'm just as hollow as the other guy down the hallway who last week I made cry all the way back to the market like the little piggy. I'm the one squealing at the top of the things. Or maybe it's the person in the basement running on the wheel to help me sleep. My noise machine is some people just annoying. Or at least that's how they're looking at me. But I won't let them see. Right? because I'm the king, in the top of the building, over all the people. Yeah? I don't believe you. I don't believe in a single thing. But I think you're just leaving some things. Kind of behind you, like you're leaving a trail of crumbs, realizing that people aren't what you thought they were. You're not the smartest guy in the room. You're the smartest guy that assumes, but it's not very smart to. Stop assuming, dude. Start to see some things that are true. Am I claiming some things that I can't live up to? Yes. I'll be the first to admit that I'm the last one that wants to. But I'm a human being, dude. There's a lot of us. It's common just to try to win all the time. I'm in the Hall of Fame. You're in the Hall of Lame. You're walking around crippled. Someone else biting at your ankles trying to get to your spot. It's harder that way. Yeah, I'd say it, but I wouldn't want to try it, right? I'd rather be the one talking about the things instead of actually doing it. The improvement just gets a little bit harder when it's actually you in the shoes of the person that don't fit, a little bit smaller than you, the person you always used to look down on. Now you're on the ground with no shoes of your own, walking across some coals that are so hot, the fires you set and ran away from. You got to get back to where you were, son, and you're worse off now. Trying to find out how to fit your feet in the shoes of the person that wears a smaller size than you to get back to the place with the terrible things that you used to do, to try to correct your wrongs, because now they're coming back to bite you, nipping at the heels like you're wearing some high ones. It's harder to run in somebody else's shoes. You don't even know what you're doing when you're in your own ones. But it's so fun, right? Until you hit a wall. But you won't hit a wall because you got a lot of problems that you can solve as long as you got some other people doing it for you, right? We live the same kind of life, except a lot of us live a different kind of life. But we're all trying. Sometimes just trying a lot of things that are really wrong to find out what's right for us, right? Right in the forest, you're sitting there. Where are you going to be looking? At the trees? Running into some things is what you'll be doing then, so please, just look at the forest instead. It's all been placed here for us until we're dead. And it'll go on, and you will too, but to a different place, dude, and this will keep doing what it's doing. It doesn't change all that much. A lot of people don't either, actually. But the problem is, it'd be good if they could change from going from their current state to back to sleep. They're waking up in the morning time just to get on top of some other people. A little bit of control. But when they're asleep, well, they don't have much to say about it because that's a very rare time for them. It's hard to get some rest when you're arresting people's own choices in the daytime, holding them hostage behind you. Not showing them what you got, but it's actually everything that they thought they were doing. You're kind of orchestrating their life for them, telling them that they got the high score, and really you're putting your name on the top of the list. You give them something, just a little bit of compensation for their work, and you take the big old chunk of things. You feel like you're living in the dirt. On the outside, at least like a little bit, it might look like you're on top of it until you're dropping, kid. Again, back down to the bottom of this planet we live on. You got no idea what you're doing. But I said I hit it heavy with the percussion. We couldn't call it Metronome Madness if I exaggerated this in a way that just sounds a lot like it's on the tempo, so I'm gonna go a little bit slower sometimes and then pick it up again like a crime. I don't know if I'm crossing lines or if I'm on the line or if I hit the mark or if, like Tony Stark, I just blasted it out of the park. And how now, brown cow? Can I go out with a bang if I hit some things right on tempo? A lot of times that crash cymbal just keeps ringing on, like the one that should be on our finger. Married to the one that created us. Because one day we're gonna bit and bite and maybe might just bit the dust. I bit the dust. I might have just found some things, like I must find a different kind of life for us than the one we kind of seem like we have to live. You know, when we're looking around at all the kids, telling them they gotta grow up in this big old world, or it'll swallow them whole. You'll get swallowed whole, we tell our kids. If you don't grow up and start changing your actions, and stop acting like this. Childish. I'd rather call it childlike because I like to be like a child. I'm just who I am, dude. And I don't want to pretend to move from this state to a different place. Try to say that I made a whole big improvement for the sake of someone else looking at me, being congratulatory for me having done the thing that I did when I do it. But I didn't do it. In the case of me just trying to make it be something for someone else to see. A lot of accolades and things that we can take a lot of credit for, but we don't need to even talk about the scores because it doesn't matter. We're all in it for the game. It's a shame that we think it's actually important for us to lead a life of winning. We're kidding ourselves that the game doesn't end. It's just a pretend kind of thing we're living. It's like a test. The high scores, the low scores, it doesn't matter once you all graduate. They put you in the same kind of place. An open-ended question of what's next then? And we're always on to the next thing. But the best thing was actually the one that we had in the past that we're looking back on. Otherwise, how are you gonna mention a thing if you haven't experienced it yet? Like, what the heck? Talk about it like I'm mad about a thing or two. I'm mad, so I'm a singer, dude. In other words, I'm tweeting out at some things. Making a bunch of noise like a bird in the morning time. Getting so mad at the cock for crowing. But if it didn't do it, then none of us would know this. Good news we got, because it's all part of the plan. Even Judas, man, he's doing some crazy things behind the scenes, trying to make some things happen that maybe don't seem like it's a good thing to do, but if it didn't happen, then we couldn't even have the opportunity to be here too. Having a savior. Opposition in all things, you're stopping it. Ah, please. You wanted to be so good all the time, you wouldn't even know what that means if you didn't have the bad to go back to. In your mind, dude, looking at all the good times in your life, who knew that I'd come this far from where I was? Well, that couldn't happen if there wasn't opposition for you to relate to, cuz always a rapper. The kid's out here with some charts to shatter. That's what he keeps saying. Yeah, but you gotta see what I'm saying. I'm out here throwing a big old 90-mile-an-hour curveball at a big old sheet of glass with a bunch of random names behind it and facts that might not have been so fast. Got all these high scores. Exaggerated a bit to make a lot of the kids feel a little bit better with this. Got some people paying underneath the table. Turn the tables on the scoreboard. Like I say, I'm looking at the corners to see how boxed in we're in with this. Golly. Boxed in. Trying to be the best at boxing. You're like a dachshund. Just a little dog with some short arms and legs. Trying to run faster than you got strength. You see what I'm saying? Shattering that scoreboard. It don't matter no more. Now all we can look at the corners is just how it's a square. We're boxed in. A bunch of square-headed people. We're not stopped in. We got lots of sins. We love them too. I love it, dude. Doing a lot of things I don't love to do. Until I realized I didn't want to do the things I did. And now, who am I gonna kid trying to say I didn't do the things I did? Myself? Lying to myself and God only. A lot of people around me, I could call a homie. It doesn't matter if they believe me or not, but I don't want to believe that I'm not the kind of guy that I really am. Lying to myself again. Lying in my cell again. A jail cell. I put myself in hell. Getting tied up with a bunch of things. Got a ladybug on my knee. Below my knee, it's a lot of baloney that I've been blowing, see, like I'm blowing my nose and think that I got some things to say to you, man. I got a bunch of boats to sink. Dropping us all to the same level at the bottom of the ocean. Floating is not the kind of thing that a lot of us are doing when we're moving to a different kind of place that we thought we should be moving. So often I'm moving in a direction I got no idea what the heck is gonna come from it. But I'm not gonna run, kid. Except for in the direction of my savior. Except for the times when I don't think that I'm the one that needs a savior. But then what? Then I'm in danger. In danger of trying to think that I really have an opportunity or possibility to do some things that could change my probability of being a person who could actually have a good life that matters, instead of searching in person to try to find a coin or two to find a little bit of something to eat out on the streets. Thinking I could live my life in the highest heights of the hotel suites. Oh, sweet. Let me know how that works when you run out of the money. Because a lot of people think it's so funny to just keep on running to the next thing. And then they start to get some pain in one or two of their knees, and that's where they'll end up, actually, is on the ground, back to sleep. In the sense of they were daydreaming so much, they got tired. You know, being wired only lasts for so long until the electricity runs out. You stop working toward being in the present, trying to look for tomorrow. Your sorrows come a little bit early because you run out of oxygen today. You stop and just wait. That's all you can do now. Because it's not only him and her, but it's also you that's out of oxygen. I think a lot of people don't think they'll ever get tired. But really, they're always tired. They don't even know what it means to feel like they could actually do some things, but they're living their life just pushing through and doing everything out of a hollow being. Just so sick and tired of living a life being so wired, because they're always on the caffeine or something, trying to hype up their being to make them seem like they're here present for the people around them. But the real present would be if they didn't feel like they were drowning from within. Drowning from inside. That's kind of the craziest type of thing we can do in our lives, because that's the thing that we do to ourselves. And fine, you got your agency, wait and see what that's gonna do to you, because it did it to me, and I learned a lesson or two, and now I'm back here on the beat for like a second or two, and then I just throw it out the window, because who even really cares? I'm saying the words that matter. If I were to shatter a chart or two, it would be the charts of who could stay on tempo the best, trying to pass the test of playing someone else's music in the way that they thought it should be done, and only ever gonna be doing it that way. I'm stuttering over the own words, I want it to be as real as it is. I'm not kidding with this. I don't like to be on the tempo all the time to show that I can rhyme in the way that I rhyme. I'm fine being a little bit unorthodox and untraditional. As I say, it's like a fishing pole. You cast it in, you never know what you're gonna win. You might lose. I do all the time. I like it. Why? Because I like to lose, to show that you and I and everyone else in this place and this guy, everyone to the sky, we're all just underneath it. Getting seasick. Really getting you seasick of just trying to be this perfect person you're trying to search inside your own mind to be. You're defying things like the truth of who you really are underneath. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Shatter a chart or two, and then I'll get back. And then we'll pick up the pieces together and mold it all as one, and find out that we never cared if we were to have lost or won, because it's all for one until that one falls off the ladder. Now everyone else is a free-for-all trying to get to the top of the charts to shatter. So thank you. I'll be back to it when I do. It's October 1st, 2025. My name is Evan Strong, In the Image Clothing Company Music, brother. Metronome Madness, episode 29. I'm fine. When it comes to this rhyming stuff, I might be a little bit of a diamond in the rough. Or I might just be a little bit rough. Either way. Got some things I'm catching when you say to fetch it. In other words, call me absurd. I'll flip a bird or two. Or I'll flip a burger, dude. Go back to the birds I sued. Say sorry, I didn't mean to turn you on your head. I've just been turning, and I'm gone and dead. Got so topsy-turvy, I flushed myself down a toilet bowl. Spinning so much in my thoughts, that's what it really means we can't stop. So turn a thing over. Get a turnover or two, and life's like a Danish, dude, it's sweet. And you start flipping the script. Yeah. One for all and all for one, huh? I think I'm just all but done with this. Sick of being the bad guy in a place where I'm trying to be the best kind of person I can be. Yeah. The only place you'll ever be winning is on your knees.